Okay, thank you. It looks like a lot of people are back from the break, so we can get started with the poster session lightning introductions. So my name is Nick. I'll be the chair for the session, but really what that means is just talking to you at the beginning and the end, and then letting everyone else go. So in terms of logistics for the poster presenters, you'll have roughly a minute, but we have, over an hour for this session. So if you need to take a little bit longer, it's not the end of the world. You'll come up here, talk about your poster, and then head back down the same way. This advances the slides. So I'll leave this up here. I've also brought a timer for everyone. So you'll start it and then you can reset it after you're done. Or if the person before you hasn't done that, you can do it yourself to track time. The judging process for after will be I'll be talking to the judges a little bit after this introduction session ends. You won't be judged necessarily on this portion of it. It's mostly going to be when you're at your posters. And I've told the judges that they can feel free to introduce themselves to you. So it's not going to be anything big or secret. You're not going to know, have someone that you don't know is going to be there. They're going to introduce themselves, mostly so that you don't have to stand by your poster for the entire time, just during the judging portion of it. So until they've come by and talked to you, you should be standing kind of by your poster, but then after you can feel free to roam, check out other posters, go grab some food, whatever you need to do, because I know it's a long day. After this will be the poster setup time. And then let's see. Oh, and then also there will be Alvin Wong will be in the other room, I believe. And so what you can do is go talk to Alvin about joining the research study. They're doing a research study where each poster participant can sign up for this, or if you're going to the poster session, you can also sign up for this, and it'll track all of the posters that you've engaged with or who has come to your poster. So if that sounds interesting to you, find Alvin. He's either going to be in the back somewhere here or maybe next door. So that's anyone in the crowd as well can go talk to Alvin about that. And also we'll likely end a little bit early, in which case we'll just start our poster setup early as well. So that's it for me. You'll hear from me again to wrap up the session, but first is Kyra Abrams. Kyra?
Hello, everyone. My name is Kyra Abrams. I am a third-year doctoral candidate in the informatics department at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and I've been doing a study on the mobile app Umo. So a little bit of background of why I'm interested in this. So my dissertation surrounds the intersection of public transportation and race. And a conversation with my advisor, we were very curious about, well, for public transportation in the Bay Area, who is the company that owns the card that you use to travel on the Bay Area public transportation? And it was actually this company, Cubic Transportation Systems, and they own this app called Umo. And so I chose these 3 different locations, Ventura County, Wichita Falls, and Bloomington, Indiana, to look at pre-existing biases and emergent biases. And so on the poster, you'll see a work in progress surrounding algorithmic audits, and some data that I've collected on the mobile app permissions that they collect on Android and iOS devices. So thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Tasina Alom, and I'm a first-year PhD student from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. So this is my PhD project where I'm working on soil moisture prediction and drought risk assessment using Python-based water balance model. This is a very simplified single-column version of water balance model. And what I do is I use a combination of satellite data products, in situ observational data, and machine learning techniques to calibrate and optimize this model. Finally, this model gives me an ensemble of soil moisture predictions with like the full range of uncertainty. And why am I doing this? Because this soil moisture, the amount of soil available in water, is very much relevant to a few key sustainability issues, which are drought, flood, and crop yield. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Furqan Beg. I'm a research programmer at CyberGS Center at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. All of you have heard about the iGuide platform, so I'm one of the lead backend developer for that. This poster that I'll be presenting, it explains the backend of the iGuide platform, embracing the geospatial data revolution that the iGuide platform is going to take over. So just to briefly go through that, it says like there are a lot of data sources that the iGuide platform right now is compatible with. How do we handle that data? On what levels? There are two different categories of data that we actually work with, and how do we at the iGuide platform make that data available, and make that data not just make it available, but make it actionable to the end users as well. So please come to the poster and see how we did this, and if you have any suggestions or comments, we'd be happy to get those. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. I'm a master's student at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and my poster focuses on green stormwater infrastructure, looking at how it affects mosquito habitats, and then also the potential to affect West Nile virus prevalence across the United States. For some very brief background, conventional stormwater infrastructure, in particular, conventional stormwater catch basins, provide a really key habitat for juvenile mosquitoes. And so we're interested in looking at how green stormwater infrastructure affects mosquito habitats, because it's often implemented to help improve environmental water quality. And what we found is that the first type we looked at, infiltration catch basins, reduce the quantity of mosquito habitats, while rain gardens, the second type, reduce the quality of mosquito habitats. And these results have motivated our second research question, which is broken up into two parts. The first, just looking at where is it suitable for green stormwater infrastructure to be implemented in the United States. Then the second part, building off of that, is looking at if we implement green stormwater infrastructure in areas with high suitability, how can this potentially affect West Nile virus prevalence across the United States? So if you're interested in learning more about green stormwater infrastructure or the methods that we're planning to use to approach this next project, feel free to stop by my poster. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Leonardo Bobadilla. I'm from Florida International University. And this is joint work that we have been doing with Ulises Echevarria, Jimenshi, who is also here, and myself. The title of our poster is a geospatial knowledge hypercube framework for analyzing harmful algae bloom. And I think everything started when we heard about the hypercube framework. It has been developed through the iGuide project, and I'm really interested in the problem of harmful algae bloom. It's a problem that generates a lot of economical and environmental impact in Florida, also I guess across the United States. I think it has been estimated that maybe it can involve even billions of dollars of losses just for Florida. And we have been doing efforts in monitoring harmful algae bloom, especially with a satellite information, remote sensing, I went in situ sensing, but I think all of these procedures, especially in situ sensing, is expensive. It requires sensor integration and taking care of biofuel, etc. So we think that we were really inspired by the fact that a Hypercube is taking into account or using textual information. So we have over more than 1,000 abstracts, perhaps maybe 4,000, but we use 1,000 abstracts about harmful algae bloom events. So what we do is we cluster these abstracts using the Hypercube. In this case, the dimensions that were interesting, according to our experts, were date, location, type of organism, water body, environmental conditions, and impact. And we want to add to this textual information, link this with remote information, remote sensing information, surface temperature data and some meteorological data. And the idea is that we're going to try to augment queries that are going to be done to the Hypercube with this textual information. And this is just an outline of the framework that we have been evaluating our preliminary progress. And if you want to know more details, just come to poster number 5. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Wei Hu. I'm a PhD student at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and our work is about spatial search using the LLM. So please, I'm not sure if that's clear enough, but when we ask a very short, simple spatial questions to, for example, the up-to-date GPT-03 model, it actually took a really, really long time, about like over 3 minutes, like going through all, like, I think it's over hundreds of websites from like TripAdvisor or like Yelp or like other like restaurant website, but still like the answer is not correct. So what we want to claim here is that the spatial question answering doesn't equals to the simple text-based question answering. And for the geospatial reasoning task, actually LLMs alone are not enough. We should go beyond the language. So what we want here, we want to teach LLM to learn how to do the spatial reasoning, and also how it interact with structured geospatial data, and how it do the multi-steps calculation or computation to get the exact like spatial question answers. So we want to test it here, like can a lightweight LLM learns to understand and solve spatial query when they are interacting with a spatial database. So for our framework, we kind of like, there is a loop in the center of the figure, and we want the policy LLM itself like learn through interacting with the spatial database and learn through like the query result or the answer it returns, and also the syntax error it has when the LLM is interacting with the spatial database. And with the reinforcement learning, we want to teach LLM to solve the spatial query correctly. So if you are interested, please stop by poster number 6, and we will have more detailed experiment results there.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yunfang Kang. I'm a postdoc at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and I'm also the developer of the IGAD Smart Search or IGAD AI that Professor Wang highlighted during his keynote this morning. In this poster, we will talk about some of the core features of this IGAD AI, like what kind of questions you can ask. And I will also highlight the architecture of this pipeline just to show you how we make use of multiple AI agents to achieve those features. I will also introduce the data lifecycle, including how your data hits the IGAD platform, how it is indexed, and how it is used to achieve this IGAD AI. And at the end of the poster, I will show the matrices and the evaluations, including the semantic score, LM as a judge, as well as the throughput, just to show you how you can achieve the same kind of performance using a single GPU node. If you're interested or if you have any suggestions, please feel free to stop by poster number 7. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I'm a PhD student in computer science at the University of Illinois. I'm interested in improving transparency and trust in geospatial artificial intelligence, particularly looking at the behavior of location embeddings and machine learning frameworks. So location embeddings essentially transform coordinates like latitude and longitude into a form which better captures the context and meaning of the location, something that's makes it better for machine learning models to optimize over. And typically these advanced methods can be black boxes, just like the machine learning methods. And in this framework, I combine different perspectives, things like geospatial by Ziqi Li and torch spatial by Gangcheng Mai's group at UT Austin, in order to better understand the different pieces of the machine learning pipeline and how they capture spatial effects. So by understanding these spatial effects, I hope that we can build better models for targeted solutions in the real world. I hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Hello, folks. I'm Eric. So I'm a research programmer from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I'm working with a wonderful team to build up this iGuide platform, and I mostly handle the front end. And as you know, that we promote Map, Connect, and Discover. So we enable users to discover our knowledge elements on a map view using the spatial metadata. And we also visualize the connections between different elements in various ways. And we allow users to discover more via search, as well as smart search powered by the large language model that just mentioned by my colleague Yunfan. So our goal is to make the platform usable, readable, and last but not least, very secure. So we build up a robust authentication backend, also with the help from CI Logon. So if you guys are interested in learning about React as well as Node.js, Express.js, and how to authenticate users in a secure way, feel free to stop by poster number 9. Thanks.
Well, hello everyone. So I'm the master student in Washington University in St. Louis, and our project is mainly about the modeling about the community resilience. What we have to do mostly is to use the machine learning method to do the data imputation and the trajectory clustering. The data we use is in the Hurricane Ian, and it's about the mobile signal trajectory data. And what we have to do to achieve our goal is to use the cluster data with the socioeconomic features to do how they can influence to different socioeconomic feature and to show how it will have influence on the community resilience. Yes, thank you, everybody.
Hey everyone, we are undergrads at Purdue and we are working on a project related to critical infrastructure risk assessment. So many dams across the United States have exceeded their intended lifespan, increasing their risk of failures, leading to potentially devastating impact, especially on socially vulnerable populations. Currently, an HPC workflow exists to identify this at-risk population. However, this workflow is extremely slow and inefficient. Our goal was to optimize this workflow using distributed systems, making it more efficient and scalable.
We profiled the existing HPC workflow at both a cell and overall level to understand where these bottlenecks were. And we analyzed these bottlenecks and used Apache Sedona to optimize the workflow overall while keeping in mind these pain points. Now that we have this distributed Sedona optimized workflow, we ran it on GCP Dataproc clusters and compared its performance to running it locally.
After transferring our workflow over onto GCP, we wanted to take advantage of Dataproc clusters by submitting our workflow as a Python Spark job. But due to resource limitations of using the free tier of GCP, we weren't able to observe any significant improvements in efficiency of our workflow. We did, however, attain promising results when it comes to interdam parallelization by submitting multiple Spark jobs stacked on top of each other. So if you're interested in learning more about our project, please stop by poster number 11. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm from Sophia University in Japan. So this is one of my chapter. Actually, it's typically based on the environmental Kuznets curve hypothesis, which stipulate that at the beginning of the economic development in developing nations, we assist to some environmental degradation. So in this study, to proxy environmental degradation, I use the ecological footprints. And beside, I add a geospatial analysis. Here we have some of the results. And another very key important point is to develop an innovative theoretical framework which integrate a green economy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hudo Rock. I am an atmospheric science PhD student at the University of Illinois, working with Professor Deanna Hens. My research focuses on understanding the atmospheric precursors that contribute to dam overtopping, which accounts for nearly a third of all dam failures in the United States, and one that is becoming more frequent with rise in extreme rainfall events. So after piloting this analysis for one sub-region and one watershed area, and also one weather type, I have since expanded my study to cover all of my 4 delineated sub-regions in the eastern United States and over multiple weather types such as frontal systems, tropical cyclones, hybrids, and extratropical cyclones. So in this poster presentation, I'll be focusing more on how the storms evolve and the rainfall characteristics associated with them. So if you're interested in understanding storm dynamics and also how the storms evolve and how the precipitation footprints are placed across different watersheds, please stop by poster number 13, and I'll be happy to discuss more with you. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Rahul Rangraj, a PhD student from Florida International University, and I'll be presenting our work on how effective are large time series models in hydrology, a study on water level forecasting in the Everglades. The Everglades is an essential subtropical wetland ecosystem that plays a critical role in maintaining the water levels, biodiversity, and flood water levels.
So the Everglades, it is present at the southernmost part of the United States, and it helps to balance this ecosystem. So in our work, we aim to focus on quantifying the accuracy for 17 large time series models, which includes 12 task-specific deep learning-based models and 5 time series foundation models, where these task-specific based models, they do not have to be retrained. They have to be retrained whenever there's a change in the experimental settings. And the time series foundation models, they do not have to be retrained whenever there's a change in the experimental settings for our task. And then we analyze the efficiency across multiple horizons for all of these models. We tackle the challenge of handling the extreme cases by utilizing a metric called as the Symmetric Extremal Dependence Index. And lastly, we identify the optimal models by balancing the accuracy and efficiency. I'll be happy to discuss the further details at my poster number 16. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jimin Shi, PhD student from Florida International University. Today, I'm going to present our work, Riverwalk. First, a little bit background. As we know, current large model like ChatGPT already knows a lot. However, while answering the in-domain scientific questions, they may need to still need to incorporate external domain knowledge. Unfortunately, most existing retrievers perform poorly, either in accuracy or efficiency or accessibility. So in our work, we are trying to build a new model, a new method to embrace these three important features simultaneously. That's why we propose Riverwalk. If you want to know how it works, please stop by poster 17. We can discuss more. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Leah. I'm a PhD student at USC, and I was interested in understanding the relationship between land use and social vulnerability towards sea level rise in New York City. So I took a 10-foot buffer of all 5 boroughs in New York City based on a combination of sea level rise and coastal storm surge. And I ran a regression between land use and social vulnerability index data sets. And I found that industrial use is the most vulnerable. And this raises environmental justice issues and has policy implications around zoning for urban planners, elected officials, and other community stakeholders. So if you're interested in climate change or disaster risk management, come talk to me. We can exchange business cards and connect. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mao Ping Wang, a PhD student from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, and I'm now a visiting scholar at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Why we do this research? Because the urban area is becoming warmer under climate change, and we want to know how to design the city, like how to optimize the building layout and the spatial arranging the green space can cool the urban areas down. To do so, we firstly taking the Hong Kong as the study area and extracted the urban morphology and land use and land cover information by a climate-aware and land surface classification system named the local climate zone. And secondly, we use the land surface temperature as the climate indicator. Under the data include the 3 days under the typical extreme heat days. And we pinpoint the areas with the stable cool temperatures and their spatial configuration of LCZ types. The data-driven results will inform the urban planners the sustainable climate strategies to create the stable, cool environments. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Roy. I'm a student at the Illinois Math and Science Academy, and I worked with Dr. Robert Rauber from UIUC, and we studied this storm from January 15th, 2023, that formed at 38 degrees latitude off the eastern coast of the United States. And what makes this storm so unusual is that it exhibits the characteristics of a polar low, but polar lows typically form at or above 50 degrees latitude. And so that leads us to the questions of, is it a polar low? If it is, what caused it to form so close to the equator? And how can we better use this storm to understand emerging climate risks? And so to study the storm, we looked at the air and energy that feed into the storm, as well as the general characteristics of the storm. If you want me to go more in depth or have any questions, feel free to meet me at poster number 20.
Hey, I'm Mike Wimberly from the University of Oklahoma. My poster is describing a collaborative project with a number of people from a variety of institutions here in the US and in India. So this is looking at using a variety of data sets and GeoAI technologies to look at urban microclimates and their effects on a variety of health outcomes, ranging from heat exposures to mosquito-borne diseases like malaria and dengue. We have ground-based networks of indoor and outdoor microclimate sensors that have run for 2 years into cities in India. We're combining these with a variety of very high-resolution land cover products, looking at associations and mapping those and linking them to various ecological and epidemiological models. So stop by. I'd be happy to talk about it with you.
So hi everyone, I'm Xiao Yan from University of Michigan. So this ongoing project focusing on evaluating the uninhabitability of houses in Detroit area. So using the open source vision language model. So we collect the building footprint and also collect the street view images from Mapillary and the top-down view source from Google MapTel. And extract the prompt, give them all to the vision language model to access different types of disrepairs on the residential structure. For example, if the window is broken or missing, if the door is broad or broken, if the wall structure is missing or broken, sort of thing. And we prioritize each type of disrepairs and give a weight on them, and finally evaluating the overall score of inhabitability. And we also compare the result with the human observation by ourselves to answer some questions like which type of model can recognize which type of disrepairs on the residential structure better than other model or other types of damages. If you are interested in this ongoing project, please stop by number 22. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wenzhou. I'm a postdoc of University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. My poster is about uncovering the impact of building spatial function information on urban livability using machine learning. 5 key points has involved in this poster. The first is we have evaluated urban livability based on building spatial functional features. We have involved 13 hierarchical building use categories, and we have evaluated 6 types of livabilities, include the overall livability and 5 domain livabilities. The second is we have to figure out which building features plays an important role in the evaluation progress. We have calculated the building feature importance. Thirdly, to find out how those features influence the urban livability, we have calculated and analyzed the correlation between building features and urban livability. Third is we know that some buildings, they have multiple use categories, like the ground floor has been used for commercial and upper floor used for the residential. So the mixed use situation has also been considered in this poster. Lastly, we also have classified the building functions using the multimodal, multi-level feature fusion networks. And we have used the classified building use results to evaluate the urban livability. Why we do that? Because we want to find out what's the application potential of our proposed MMFFnet. If you are interested about this poster, please stop by the poster number 24. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Han Chenzhuang from Zhejiang University from China, and also a visiting PhD student from Wisconsin Madison. My research focuses on the geospatial AI for sustainability agriculture, specifically is rice calendar modeling with space-embedded multi-rack hydra monsoon Asia. In Asia's monsoon rice systems, planting time matter as much as crop types, yet most models assume fixed days and ignore how farmers adapt to the climate change. We build a data-driven framework using high-resolution climate data and satellite-derived rice calendar to learn planting choices. I use a time series regression methods combined with location-embedded methods to give a result of the planned dates. Our approach predicts planned dates within 10 days across regions. This work improves our understanding of farmer decisions and support adaptive farming for food security. Come and find me at poster 25. Thank you.
Okay, I have a couple last second announcements before we take a short break, but first give another round of applause to all of our great poster introductions. So I also want to mention that the spatial AI winners will be here somewhere and that you may see 1 or 2 of their posters in the poster session as well. They didn't have any introductions today, but some of them may have posters over there. So please feel free to talk with them also.